Hopefully everything's in balance here. Thank you for the follow, Cyrus Seal. And I am ready to start whenever you are, sir.
I'm ready.
All right, count me down.
I started.
All right, go. We're good. Also, a reminder, chat, if there are any audio issues with things being too loud or quiet, let me know and I will adjust them. Richard Enlarge says, good luck, Wolf.
Thank you, sirs.
So I just want to say I did remember that you had requested my commentary last year, so I made sure that I got on this ship this year.
I remember last year we were doing nothing but 90s jokes.
Yes, it is on PS4. So Just Wolfman, how do you feel about the fact that you made it into the promo video this year?
I know. And the thing that made me laugh was it was GunVolt 1 that was in the preview.
Yeah, I pulled it off of your DPX run, actually, from last year.
I'm like, hey, I'm in the preview. I'm like, oh, that's GunVolt 1.
But yeah, was there a new one of these released? Or there's something that I got recently for the Switch that was really fun. Oh no, sorry. What was that I got? It plays super similar. Yes, that's what it is.
Yep. That's the spin-off game.
It's super fun.
Play it open. Final boss in that one is way too hard, though.
I have not gotten that far yet.
It took me about like 50 times to beat that final boss.
Wow.
Just because he's too cheap.
I was having a lot of fun. It was it's not what I expected going in, but it's a lot of fun. It's like Mega Man on steroids.
Yeah. I'm debating if I'm gonna run the Copen route first or run the GunVolt route first.
I say go for the Copen route or whatever the word you just used was.
Either way, they're about the same length. Although I see some people run the Copen route in like a half an hour. Time for the coping ability. The sweated.
Just like the cheese I had for lunch.
So many cutscenes to skip. Wow, too messed up on that.
Alright, so tell us a little bit about this game and what made you want to start running it.
Well, a friend of mine played the very first game back when it first came out, and I'm like, oh my god, this game looks awesome, because I like the Mega Man type games, and I saw, like, you know, all the abilities that you were able to do in the game, and also one of the key points that made me buy it was the fact that if you died, there was a good chance that you were able to come back to life through the one person's ability of resurrection. So I always thought that was a cool concept in the game.
I agree, the art style I think is really unique and really cool.
Yeah, I like the art style too.
It's very Mega Man meets anime. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big anime fan, so I have no shame.
Me too.
It's great. What is the most recent anime that you have been enjoying?
Let's see.
Also, there are way too many button presses. I do not think I could run this. Holy crap.
I've been watching I've been watching Kuma Kuma Kuma, which is basically just a girl in a fantasy world dressed up like a bear.
That sounds delightful.
I'm trying to think of some of the other ones I've been watching. Because I watch anime that currently airs too.
My favorite right now is probably, shoot, what's it called? That time I got reincarnated as a slime. I don't know.
That is also my current favorite.
And a close second, well, it's not really a close second, they're probably tied, but it's not airing right now. Darn, what's the name of the show about the stone, the people who got turned to stone?
Oh, Dr. Stone.
Yes, that's so good. Have you seen that, Wolfman?
Comes back in winter.
Yes, that was such a good show. But if you haven't watched That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, definitely.
I watched it.
It's highly recommended.
So good.
I got so addicted, I actually picked up the manga, and I'm known to not read.
One of my favorite animes that just aired recently was called Demon Slayer.
I actually
Made by UFO Table.
Oh, I've heard of it. Also, I found one other one that I'm watching right now, Konosuba.
Oh, Konosuba's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
That's a given.
I'm always late to the party though on popular anime. I'll tell you what.
Have you seen? Here's a couple other popular ones. It's One Piece.
Nope.
Seen any of that? Okay, it's a big one, so I'm not surprised. Like, I mean, big as in long.
Yeah.
One Punch Man.
Nope.
Okay, that one surprised me a little. And some of the other ones is My Hero Academia. Where's my mic crapping out now?
I think the way they made this game, it's way too easy to run as Copen, that it's very hard to die as him.
So, what's some of the speed tech in this game?
What's that?
What's some of the speed tech in this game?
Well, one of the key ones is the dash jumps. That like saves a lot of time. And I messed up on the dash jumps a lot.
And how long have you been running this game?
I run very casually, so.
I mean, the amount of movement and how quickly you're progressing through the different movements and the wall jumps and the dashes and everything else, it's very impressive on screen. It's actually one of the reasons why your run from last year made it into the promo video, because it really imparts a good sense of speed and frenetic action.
And the funny thing is, I barely speedrun at all.
You're just here for me, right? You just love the opportunity to talk to me.
Yep.
Love you, buddy. All
Yeah,
right.
but like honestly, like that speedrun last year, I actually got a personal best on it.
Nice.
And it's still like 15 minutes away from the world record too.
That's amazing. So, how far are you off a world record in this game?
Very far.
Sound like me in every speedrun game I play. You don't have to be good, you just have to have fun.
Well, level 1, I think I'm like 10 minutes off the record now.
Nice.
But I'm never beating that record.
That's me in Super Metroid. I'm never even getting to sub 50 in Super Metroid. I cannot do it.
Yeah, but as long as you have fun though.
Exactly. So I gotta ask, I may have asked it last year, I have the memory of a peanut. How did you end up finding out about DPX?
I think through speedrun.com.
It's on speedrun.com?
I think so, or I don't know.
If it is, I didn't put it there.
I know I was looking for speedruns, like a marathon to run in, and I found DogPound Expo somehow.
Have you ever known or been in the discords for SRX?
That might be it.
Because I did advertise in SRX quite a bit last year. So, but yeah, I'm glad. It's a lot of fun. I always enjoy talking to you. These boss fights have a lot of explosions and fancy things going on. So, what's some of the lore of this game that we should know about?
Basically, if you want me to talk about the entire lore of the game, from the first game, GunVolt was tasked to kill the Muse, which is the little girl that is floating around with him now, which is the butterfly girl.
I mean, the muses I know are from Hercules the animated series, and they're old ladies with string cutters.
But she has the power to amplify the Abbot's powers and stuff like that.
And
instead of him killing her, he basically saved her. So he was tasked to basically destroy the whole society that was after her.
I thought that was COVID's job. And real quick, we have a $5 donation from the Cyrus Seal saying, "Yeah, Wolf." And then and then $20 from Crispy from work, so somebody I work with, saying, "Great event, Meta. Let's go runners," and donated to Drunk Percent Run of DGR World. So if you want to see this event get extended, technically all the way into Monday, donate to that, or to, more importantly, the better run. PGA Mexican streaming GoldenEye 007 Mario Hack. Either of those runs extend us into the wee hours Monday morning, which will mean that DPX will technically be a 4-day event this year. Thank you so much for that subscription, Death Dog. It's been a while. Go.
For some reason, you sound low to me, so I'm just turning up my audio.
Sorry about that. How's that sound?
Sounds better.
All right, hopefully chat, let me know if my voice is too overpowering. I'm doing some stuff behind the scenes. Does that sound good?
Oh, thank God. One cycle.
One cycle. So usually you don't want one cycle. You need the wash and the rinse, but you're telling us here you're going for only the wash cycle with this boss.
Yes.
All right. So hopefully the audio's good. That's a quick clear time. We are 17 minutes in. How we doing for your pace? We doing good? We doing bad?
Do not have a pace calculator with me right now.
All right. We're doing unknown.
Well, I gotta beat the whole cooking story in about under an hour.
Oh boy. All right. So we're gonna ask you here. I'm going to list you off some of the donation incentives we have left. And if you had to recommend to chat which donation incentive to donate to, which of these would you choose? Add Super Mario World 11 exit at the end of the day today. Add DGR World Drunk Percent Run, which is a Kaizo Super Mario World, tomorrow at the end of the day. Super Metroid Birthday Mission being played on hard. Arya the Pomsky, our new puppy, wearing a Christmas unicorn sweater. StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm, all Kerrigan levels. Or add GoldenEye Mario Hack, day 3.
You gotta go with exit 11.
You gotta go with that. You heard it here. If you're gonna donate for Just Wolfman SD, you want to donate for Super Mario World 11 exit. There is. So tell us a little about what's going on screen right now.
We're going through an abandoned factory where the person that we're going to be fighting at the end of the level is bringing back robots basically from the dead to try to stop us.
So what you're saying is they weren't happy enough to just bring robots Terminator style to kill you. They also needed a zombie robot apocalypse.
Yep.
And then real quick, I just want to remind everybody that we are raising money to write Love on Her Arms. And they are a non-profit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. They exist to encourage, inform, inspire, and also invest directly into treatment and recovery. All proceeds go from this. Every dollar, every cent you donate goes directly to Right Love and Arms. Does not touch our hands. And we are just smashing it. Go ahead.
Oh, I said we don't want it to touch our hands.
No, I do not. I love this hands-off approach. Tiltify is amazing for that. It goes right to the charity. So this year, above all others, mental health is such a huge concern for so many people, and I'm just glad to be able to raise money for a charity like Trit Love on Our Arms, who helps people out with that.
I'm just glad we're actually doing the marathon. Because I remember earlier you weren't sure if you were going to do it.
Yeah, after DPX 2019, I was not sure if we were going to have it. I decided like a few months later that yes, I was going to do it, and it was based around the fact that I didn't know if I was going to keep streaming. And I decided to keep streaming, at which point I decided to do DPX, and funnily enough, like a month later, bam, COVID. I'm like, well, this is going to be all remote now. And there's been several times where throughout this year that I'm not going to lie, I probably could have ended up quitting streaming again. But strangely enough, what's kept me around has been the weekly Dungeons and Dragons we've been doing with the DogPound. I don't know if you're a fan of that or not, Wolfman.
D&D?
Yeah.
A bunch of friends of mine at work, we were actually starting to do D&D, but I never showed up yet.
You should join us if you're free on Sunday afternoons. We'd love to have you.
We'd give me something to do during the winter months.
Yeah, hey, I mean, we play every Sunday. Well, normally every Sunday. I mean, there's some exceptions, but like DPX. But it's normally every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're very loose with the rules. Basically, the major overarching rule is if it's not fun, it's not that important. All right, so that's another level down. We're 21 minutes in. If I recall correctly, your estimate is 2.5 hours. So we are just touching the very tip right now. So Wolfman, how does it feel just to touch the tip of this speedrun?
Oh, feels amazing. You always gotta touch the tip.
You know this is giving me very much the vibes of I think it's Mega Man. I can't remember what it is, but it's a Game Boy Advance game with Zero on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, Mega Man Zero. That's because the same company made it.
Oh, well, there you go. But I remember playing that game for endless hours, and looking back, Mega Man Zero on the Game Boy Advance, not the best overworld design and menu and all that. It's pretty cringy when I've gone back on it in terms of just how it controls. But boy, when I was a kid, my love for Zero was unending. I love Zero so much. From the moment I first saw her on Mega Man X, I was like, that is who I want to be. That is amazing. I was so happy in X when I got to play as Zero for just that little bit. And sadly enough, I never got any of the later games that had Zero as one of the main playable characters.
I have someone in my chat tell me my mic is muted. You might as well just link them to here. Come on, Braxton, you know this is for charity.
All right, so we've got another boss down. So what is the most difficult part of this run?
We're not done with this level yet.
Oh, we're not done. It just said it was done.
No.
Loading screens. This is good music. It's a banger track.
We only have like 4 more levels with Copen to play. Besides, you know, after we play as GunVolt and then go back to Copen.
Yeah. I don't think they're obeying traffic laws.
And this
Also,
guy's rap.
where is this? What kind of a structure? Is this a bridge? I'm curious what structure this thing is that you're currently on.
It was supposed to be a highway, but the Eden loop kind of destroyed it. Funny thing is that Copen and GunVolt control completely different from each other. So, if you're used to playing as one and you switch over to the other one, it's gonna get like a while to get used to the controls. Oh yes, I want to become famous. This is probably one of the most annoying bosses in the game.
What makes the boss so annoying? What fuels the rage simmering inside of you? I can feel it just waiting to be released.
He's like the only boss that does not stay on screen.
And those animations are super familiar to me with the one that I was playing, Luminous Avengers.
I would like to run Luminous Avenger one day, but that game is just way too hard to run sometimes. That final boss fight is so unpredictable.
Alright, are we on the next level now?
Yep.
Awesome. See, I called it right for once. Alright, so tell us, who is this boss? What's her deal? Why is she so angry at you?
Well, if you read the dialogue that's going on, Copen's basically calling her a child.
And she doesn't like that. She's a big grown-up woman who don't need no man.
A strong, independent woman. She don't need no man.
Exactly. I mean, her posture is really bad, so she might need parents. See, isn't it past your bedtime? Where are her parents? People are spitbotting your channel trying to get you. I can't even ban them.
I know. They're trying to get me followers.
They are. It's $4.99 a month for 2 followers a day. I don't know, but
Sounds like a good deal to me.
I mean, that's what, 60 followers a month? That's a good deal. I mean, until the inevitable Twitch ban, of course, but.
And he's still not dead yet.
Staying alive, staying alive. Oh, 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 oh.
She does not want to die.
She is all over the screen. Somebody gave her too much sugar, didn't they?
She had her first Pepsi. And I think the worst thing about speedrunning is the fact that when you have to go to the bathroom, you can't.
Unless you're PGA Mexican, in which case you build that time into your run. He has multiple games with preordained bathroom breaks, including DuckTales Remastered and Super Metroid.
When I was running for Distant Star Cares about like a month ago, I actually had to go to the bathroom during one of the games.
You know what the true strategy is?
Diapers.
No, you speedrun from the bathroom.
Ah. You have the TV in there with you.
That way you don't have to worry about anything. You know, you put a mini fridge in there and maybe a water cooler. I feel like you could do a 24-hour marathon right out of your bathroom and be perfectly set to go. So, you said you do some marathons. What's some other marathons that you've done?
I only did Distant Star Cares, you guys, and I used to host marathons back in the day.
Oh, that's awesome. What did you host?
I was part of a group of called Twitch and Promote back in the day.
How long ago was that?
About 4 years, I would say.
So longer than I've even known speedrunning existed.
I wouldn't speedrun. I was just play like games like normally.
Oh. Yeah.
Speed walking.
Speed walking. It's a good way to go. It takes the pressure off, right? You're definitely not walking right now. You're jamming those tips into everybody. So,
Wow.
why does the character you're controlling have so much angst?
The controller listens nothing but death metal.
You know, her parents just wanted her to listen to the Beach Boys and, you know, be normal, but had to go for the death metal. Quite the disappointment to her robot parents.
This is like probably the most annoying level of the fun.
Oh no.
Because there's a good chance that I might die.
That is unfortunate. What could kill you? What should we be looking out for?
Bottomless pits.
Oh, bottomless pits. You mean like my dog's stomach?
It's okay. I got past them.
Nice.
When I first started playing this game, before I even started running, I fell into the pits about like 20 times. I'm just like, what am I doing wrong?
What about burning rings of fire? Did you fall down, down, down into any of those?
I don't know, but country roads took me home.
Oh, boy. Well, you gotta take your horse down the Old Town Road, you know. Gotta ride
to the Old Town Road.
Gotta ride till you can't no more. Boxy, you didn't know? Wolfman specifically requests me on comms just for the dad jokes.
I did hear that you had one about pizza, but it's a little cheesy.
Did you see the run this morning?
Which one?
There was Super Metroid dad joke percent where there was one dad joke per room.
Oh no.
There is not, but I will add it. I will add a donation incentive to make the dad jokes run. And we are going to add a target dad jokes, and we're gonna put it at $100 for this run only, which is supposed to complete right around 10:40. So 2040. No, 2240. Yep. So 2245 today. All right, and that is in, and it is active.
Oh, I thought that was gonna kill him.
So if you want to make this end, $100 will make the dad jokes end. All right, so is that a bottle of milk on the ground?
I'm not 100% sure what that is, but it heals you.
I'm going with a bottle of milk.
Curious what that's supposed to be, though.
It's a bottle of milk because the boss was a big pussy, right? Oh!
Got him.
So just a reminder again, we are raising money to Write Love on Her Arms. They are a non-profit movement dedicated to providing hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. They exist to encourage, inform, inspire, and invest directly into treatment and recovery. Every cent donated goes directly to the charity. It never touches our hands. It goes right through the Tiltify integration to them, so there's no worries about where your money goes. It goes right to them. And so far, you have all incredibly impressed me with just how generous this community is. I set the goal at the beginning of this at $1,500 because that's right around what we did last year, and I thought maybe we'll come close, given it's remote, all the things going on in the world, a lot of people under hard times, and we blew that away on day one, and I am incredibly grateful and humbled to be part of this community that yes, it's the Dog Pound, it's the brand that I started, but it's not me that makes the community. It's each and every one of you, and I couldn't do it without all of you. All right, so we're what was that?
Well, I'll just keep messing up on this level.
You look like me trying to play Super Mario Maker Kaizo earlier. Because that went as good as I expected.
Wow, I almost died again.
Hey Matt, what's up?
Nothing. I was having Discord issues earlier, so I disconnected for a bit.
There you go.
All right. So we're into the next room. They keep locking the door behind you.
Yeah, it's annoying. It basically slows the game down.
I mean, it's giving me real Buffalo Bill vibes here. Oh, you walk in, click. Why'd the door close?
Like, have you ever noticed when I destroy the sirens in the rooms that have like the alarms? I go to the door as quick as possible because if I don't, the door is gonna open and it's just gonna freeze me in the place where I was.
What's strange is the doors let you through, but then they lock behind you. It feels like they've got their security system wrong.
They're supposed to walk in front of me.
Exactly. I think the doors may have been installed in reverse. He's on level 5. Stop him, anything. Swarm all you want, little flies. Your character's really angsty. Do you know if they have My Chemical Romance posters up in their bedroom?
You might as well. He's freaking like genocidal too.
I mean, it fits. You know, I heard that your character's favorite video game character is Shadow the Hedgehog.
I like him for his guns.
Now, you see what's actually happened is your character actually ran out of black mascara, and the only people in the world who has it are these bosses.
He actually has an online profile, Saddle Fanboy 69.
He's actually too cool for Facebook. He actually has his own MySpace page. You want fresh pizza for dinner, Boxy. Or White Castle.
Go to White Castle.
I don't know if you saw that either. I ate 20 White Castle sliders on stream as a donation incentive, and that was a mistake.
It sounds like a good time. What are you talking about?
You don't have enough dough for the pizza, Boxy? Do you have any flour? Because you can remedy that situation.
I don't have time for yeast to rise.
I don't know if he's responding to that way because he doesn't want to acknowledge the dad joke I made, or if he didn't get the dad joke I made. I'm assuming it's the first one. So, if you could, what would you say is the best speedrunning experience that you've ever had? What's your defining moment?
Probably the Distant Star Care one that I did. I did not practice any of the games I ran, and I got personal best in both of them.
That's impressive. I don't practice any of the runs I do, and then I put on poor performances for charity, as evidenced by every single run I've done this weekend.
But the first one, I was not expecting to get a personal best, and I got like 55 minutes, and I even went to go take a piss during the run.
Hey, you gotta build in those bathroom breaks. Talk to PJ Mexican. He'll help you schedule them.
Alright, that's another level beat. That time I actually knew I was going to kill him on that. Unlike last time. And then the last level for Copen, and then we're going to the GunVolt.
Beep beep boop, beep beep boop, beep beep boop.
I love how you can push the controller and it just makes like the noise more annoying.
So is that up and down motion at a lot of speed?
But yeah, well, I could also dash jump there too, but
I've heard that the more you go up and down, the faster you finish.
the climax bar.
Exactly. This is a climactic moment of the game.
He's so close to finishing.
But he just can't handle your. He just can't handle you.
And so typical, the final boss is a female.
And it's taken you a while.
Back. And I'm gonna go for a one cycle again.
All right, let's see it.
Oh, thank God. Just at the end.
Your subspecies are not but arrogant. Oh, guess you didn't get to finish. Maybe you were truly the arrogant one all along. The true arrogance was the friends we made along the way. I don't think that one works. She's got some spiky hair. Don't bring any birthday balloons around her. Does she go, the Ulta she goes to to get her hair cut, does Sonic the Hedgehog work there?
And we got the same boss from earlier again, and this time he's talking about digging us into a grave and pissing on us.
Do you feel like those energy beams are very suggestive? Them blue energy beams. You've got long shafts of energy coming out of big blue balls. DPX after dark. Another boss down. You could say another one bites the dust. And another one goes. And another one goes.
Wow, I actually took a hit. I forgot how easy it is to play as Cope and that you barely take any damage as him.
That sounds like exactly the kind of game I need to play. So easy mode, I'm on board.
Basically, it is easy mode.
So if you had to recommend a starting place, if somebody wanted to run this game, where would you direct them to get started?
Like, strategies, or...
Like, is there a resource, YouTube pages, a Discord?
There's not really that many people that actually run this game, actually.
So what you're saying is, everybody in chat, please spam Just Wolfman SD. Discord is Just Wolf in my Discord. If you want to run this game, send him like 15 to 20 messages over the next 2 days asking him for tips.
I gotta get my blue balls out again.
I'm blue, bada bee, da bay.
What are you talking about? You purple. You're purple.
That's true, my hair is purple. Alright, I just wanna...
Balls make the game a little too easy.
Alright, so I just want to remind everybody we do have one more run for today unless that donation incentive gets met. If you want to see more Dog Pound Expo, you got to donate to add Super Mario World 11 Exit. We will tack that on at the end of the day. Super Mario World, always a great run. Matt has generously volunteered to run it for us. It is, right now, nobody has donated to it yet, but it is 100% worth it.
Yeah, we need more runs to the Dog Pound Expo.
We do.
Let's make it a year.
Let's just make it run 24/7. I think I'd die.
Now the boss that we're going against is a male and a female, and the male has his spear where his dick would be. Man, this boss is giving me good patterns, at least. Time for the annoying part. World flipped upside down.
Alright, and we have actually lowered the donation target for Super Mario World 11 Exit down to $150. It takes just $150 to add another run onto today and keep the magic alive. This is more magical than Disney World. I think my fiance is gonna kill me now. So if I don't show up for day 3, please send police to my house, and she's the prime suspect.
I might have to work in a bathroom break after this boss fight.
Hey, I know you're happy to be in chat with me, but it's not that exciting.
Oh, come on, you're very exciting. That banana in your pocket, you just happy to see me.
Hey, mate, why can't it be both?
You gotta get your potassium somehow.
So I can't exactly tell what's going on with this boss. Is this a girly dominatrix? Is that what's going on here?
The boss that we just faced, this is her not her true form, but she merged with the Muse, so now she's like ultra powerful.
Also, I want to know why she's expending so much energy on the light shows around her. Like, it feels like there could be a better use of that energy, you know, to maybe not get face rolled by you.
And they actually changed the desperation attack that the boss uses in this fight. Now it's just like a generic
Heed
attack.
this deep and pure love. Bum, bum, bum.
Now it's just generic fights or attacks from the bosses that you already faced in the game. In the original version, because it was a 3DS game first, you actually had to sing into the microphone the Song of the Muse.
That's fantastic. So this lady identifies as a butterfly, I assume. Based on this.
It's a butterfly tramp stamp.
Accurate. You heard it here first, folks. Legitimate lore. Tramp stamp boss.
Alright, I'll let the credits play for a second so I can go take a piss.
Alright, we will see you shortly to complete the run. Well, that's good music. I like the credit music. I actually really like this. This is delightful. Wow. So I'm going to take this moment again to remind you that we are raising money for To Write Love on Our Arms here today. They are a non-profit organization dedicated to providing hope and finding help for those struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. In these trying times, it's more important than ever to make sure not only yourself, but those around you are doing well. And To Write Love in Our Arms helps provide resources that enable that. Mental health is one of the most, I believe, underreported and underrepresented issues in the society today. I know I personally struggle with a lot with anxiety and depression. And that's one of the reasons that for 2 years now, this is a charity of choice, and it's near and dear to my heart. So I appreciate every single dollar, every single cent, every minute of time anybody's sat in chat, every minute of time anybody's spent running, talking, anybody you've told. I appreciate absolutely every bit of it. You guys are all the true heroes of DPX 2020. And Wolf's bathroom breaks. You are the hero of his bathroom breaks. You heard it here first.
Time back to GunVolt now.
Yes.
Really?
This is the prep kid who plays high school football, but also has a trust fund. That is true, Death Dog. You guys could be doing anything with your time, but you're choosing to spend it here with us, and we will always appreciate that. We love doing this, but we're doing this for you and for charity. We hope that is evident by now. If you haven't already, give each and every runner and every organizer that has participated in DPX a follow. You know, give everybody in chat a follow. Spread the love, because as you know, the official Dog Pound Expo slogan is everybody should love everybody regardless of everybody. PGA already gets mad enough when I steal that from him with live reads. He'd be even more angry if I made that a command. I'm just waiting for him to pop up in chat and say, "Stop stealing my shit!"
Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot how to play as GunVolt.
You go from the left to the right, you shoot a lot, and you jump a lot. I believe I've captured the gist of the game. We have an idea on the intruder. It's trust fund. He found us, such a stalker. So your guy is confirmed to be a trust fund kid and a stalker. Are you sure you're on the right side?
Well, originally, the way that the second game was supposed to be was they were supposed to make GunVolt evil. But
instead they just made him creepy?
What's that?
Instead they just made him creepy?
Yeah. he was supposed to be the final boss of the game, which they actually did keep that, which we'll see like later in the run. But
so what you're saying is he's kind of like Sting. You appreciate him, but if you really get down to it, the lyrics are kind of creepy. Every move you make, every step you take, every breath you take, GunVolt will be watching you.
Well, if you actually think about it, GunVolt's love of his life is inside of him.
Oh boy.
So that's a...
Just like that song from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Inside of you, inside of me. There's got to be some part of you inside of me.
I want to feel it from the inside.
So this person is a bat, as far as I can tell. They're really into Golbat from Pokemon.
I read earlier, like before I did the speedrun for Distant Star Cares, that all these bosses are based on fairy tales.
Except for this one. This one's based on Magneto.
I dole out the pain, not you. Never forget.
That's true.
I carry the pieces and use them to stuff something.
See, that's real edgy. Iron Maiden. Really? Why is that necessary? He will tear her to pieces and use them to stuff a pillow. Once again, the level of creepiness of GunVolt is really rising here. Like, if you heard somebody say that on the street, you'd probably call the police.
Oh, you should see what she says later on in the run. She's basically going to say that she wants to feel GunVolt's lightning inside of her.
Oh, that's special. It's a love story then, this game is, right?
It's a tragic love story.
It's star-crossed lovers. This is basically Hunger Games.
I want to feel his lightning rod inside of me. We only have 2 deaths in the game so far.
I don't know if that's good.
Technically, I shouldn't have any deaths, but messed up a lot on that second to last stage as coping.
I mean, if you saw my Kaizo runs earlier yesterday, there are a lot of deaths. Shouldn't have been, but that's what happens when you don't properly prepare for your own marathon.
And I barely ever practice speed runs. It's why I shouldn't be surprised when I underperform.
The thing is, though, I mean, you're really speedrunning life because you don't have time to practice those speedruns. Is flooded with sewage. So we're gonna need to have a bath ready. And this game has a lot of character. So that's what they're most concerned about. It's not like, these things are trying to take over the world, they're trying to destroy everything. No, this is kind of icky and I need a bath afterwards.
I need to take a bath now.
I mean, not to knock baths. I know it makes me weird, but I am one of those people who enjoys a nice long soak in a tub to just relax.
Me too.
It's absolutely delightful. Throw a bath bomb in there, maybe a little bit of bath salts. Just chill out in there. I'll bring my tablet and set it up on the toilet and face it towards me so I can watch Netflix while I'm in there. Oh, it's delightful.
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and bathe. It's amazing. Not ashamed of it. It's absolutely just, if you're having a stressful day and you just need to relax, there's nothing quite like it. At one point, I actually bought a Amazon Fire 7 tablet, one of the really cheap ones during Black Friday, just so that I could use it in the bathtub because, hey, it was like 25 bucks. If I drop it in the tub on accident, it's not like I just destroyed a $300 tablet.
You just need to get a waterproof tablet.
Exactly, it's my bath tablet. So, for most of the game, you spent time going left to right. Now you're going up to down. Tell us, how does that make you feel?
It's been really tricky. I'm just glad that there's no levels like in the first game. The one annoying level in the first game, the entire world was flipped upside down and then sideways.
There's a siren below you. You gotta break it. Get in the water. I thought it was sewage. Are we just glossing over that now? Oh, oh boy, you just went back up. Ooh, that's a pretty shiny metal. You have no interest in it.
Nope. And it just makes the loading screen a lot longer. It goes, oh hey, you got a shiny metal there.
That is a long way to the bottom.
Gotta do the GunVolt pose.
Hey, you gotta have a signature pose if you're gonna be edgy.
It's funny, GunVolt and Open don't want to be, like, they hate that they're similar, or they hate to admit that they're similar, but they are similar. They're both edgy.
But she's dreaming bigger. They share a goal of purging filth from the land. Boom! You could say that power level was over 9,000.
Of course, since this guy is a water-based abbot, he's doing damage to me because I'm lightning.
And she wants to, as far as I can tell, kill everybody who doesn't live in the ocean?
Pretty much. He doesn't like how humans are polluting the oceans.
I mean, can you really blame her? I mean, I think we might be the bad guys in this game. Like, looking around, look at all the sewage, look at all the nastiness in her home. That's all the humans.
And it's funny because in the first game, after you beat the main boss that is part of the organization, they were trying to keep Japan safe. And once GunVolt killed him, basically, you know, it put Japan at risk.
Solid A+ level strategies.
It's like, oh, I might have fucked up.
They're just speedrunning the Earth.
Oh god, I laughed so hard on this one YouTube video. The life of a speedrunner.
Yeah, it's called, hey, this is a cool idea. Hey, I'm gonna try that out. I hate everything about this, but I keep doing it.
It was the video started with someone giving birth to a child, and they're like, what is this clock for? Oh god, your son might be a speedrunner. Yeah, do you have an allergy to peanuts? Yeah, why? And there's the son freaking eating a whole thing of peanuts. And when the son dies, he goes to heaven, and he's like this, what was my time? Oh, you're 2 seconds off your PB. Ah, shit.
So wait, so you're inside of a computer program now? I think that's what that text is telling us.
To be honest, I always tried to think of what the fuck was going on with this level, because like everything's hacked.
Yeah, it sounds like somehow they've created a computer program that has merged with reality, and you are inside of it somehow. Footholds appear when I use my flash field. Yo, GV, I hear you shacked up with a human. Chill, dude, I'm not gonna do anything. This guy's a stalker too?
Yeah.
So once again, this is like the person on screen looks like a trust fund kid. This is trust fund kid conversation. He's like, I'm too edgy to pay attention to this guy.
I'm an S4.
So you just fall endlessly through the center if you just keep falling?
Yep.
Interesting.
And unlike a bottomless pit, you do not die.
That's the best part, the not dying.
I remember when that first happened, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. And then when I didn't die, I'm like, oh, okay. Everything I knew was a lie.
Here's this guy. He wants to ask about Asimov again. He was like your fake dad or something?
Asimov was from the first game. He was basically...
You're a wizard now, GV. You're a wizard, Harry. Did this come out before or after Harry Potter?
This one was 2013, I think.
That's after Harry Potter for sure.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what? Yeah, but Asimov was basically like GunVolt's pretty much dad. Like not real dad, but he basically raised GunVolt. Wow, I'm close to dying.
Them some big tanks right there. That well do electric boogaloo. Dude, he's talking about the internet. He's got to turn off the internet. Box, they're stealing the Wi-Fi. Box, this is how the Wi-Fi turned off.
Oh, all he wanted to be was a Twitch streamer.
He did? Turning the Wi-Fi off. It's no good for anybody.
But I can't watch my Netflix if the Wi-Fi is down.
Exactly, and they've got such good original programming, like Big Mouth Season 3 is up. Or is it Season 4?
So we got the Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian, Disney Plus. I still need to watch the second season of that.
You still haven't watched the second season yet?
I have not. I've been so busy.
Oh god, the second season's...
Plus, you know...
First season away.
Plus, you know... You gotta watch that that anime with how do I say significant assets.
Significant asses. They got the ass and titties.
Exactly. I got no shame. I am who I am. My fiance accepts me for who I am.
That's all you need.
And she's got this on in the other room, so she's probably shaking her head right now. And then my two friends who are also in the room with her are probably just looking at her and saying, "You're marrying him. You know that, right?"
And here she comes with a baseball bat.
DM you what, Death Dog? Which anime I'm watching right now? Konosuba is one of them. The time I got reincarnated as a slime. And High School DxD.
Nice.
Which one? High School DxD?
Yep.
Great show. I love the plot.
Nice too.
Not gonna lie though, the game that they play in the show,
The ranking game?
yeah.
Oh, dude, that's sick.
I actually really like that. Plot aside.
Yeah, plot aside, the plot is actually pretty good. It's not great, but it's better than just an excuse.
Yeah.
So a reminder again, it's been a little while. Every proceed, every dollar that we make here is going to Right Love on Our Arms. They are a non-profit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. They is to encourage, inform, inspire, and also invest directly in treatment and recovery.
I actually triggered some J-pop music now.
J-pop is better than K-pop only because sometimes some of the K-pop fans scare me. I don't know anything about either genre of music.
They gotta love baby metal though.
Although, do you like manga at all?
Manga?
Yes.
I read some manga.
Okay, so I want to recommend one you may not have heard of. It's by a American author, actually, from Michigan, actually. It's called Mega Tokyo, and originally it still is a web series, but there are some books out, and it is probably the best one I've ever read, and it is not because of the plot. And by which I mean it is entirely because of the legitimately good plot lines. The story, it's relatable. I highly recommend it to you, Wolf. Pick it. You can just go online and sit megatokyo.com. And not a sponsor, but I think you'd really enjoy it.
Please sponsor me.
Dude, I would get sponsored by Mega Tokyo just to say I was sponsored. Like, you want to give me $1 to sponsor the event? Let's go. We're doing it.
Here's $1. Hype me up.
I love that. I love that so much. Oh boy, this is a fancy critter over here.
I was a big fan of what's it called? Negama.
Oh, Nejima? Oh, that's such a good one. I love that.
But I hated how they ended it.
I don't recall how they ended it offhand, but I love that so much.
Oh, the original Negama they ended because they kind of pressured him into ending it.
Oh, yeah.
And then he made UK Holder, which was the sequel to Negama.
Wait, okay. After you're done streaming,
Yes.
please DM me info on that, because I didn't know that existed. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a sequel.
Yeah, basically UK Holder is about 100 years into the future.
Yeah, DM me that after the run. I need to look into that. All right, and just a reminder, some of the donation incentives we have still available. Get the dad jokes to end during this run, $100. DGR World Drunk Percent tomorrow, $100. We're at $27.96. Super Metroid Birthday Mission being played on hard is $50. That's tomorrow. Arya the Pomsky, our new little baby puppy wearing a Christmas unicorn sweater, 61 out of 200. StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm, all Kerrigan levels, be added to the end of the day tomorrow at 250. GoldenEye Mario Hack Day 3 at 9:40 p.m. being added is at 1169 out of 250. And add Super Mario World 11 Exit today to keep the runs going for $150. We also have some of the polls up. Celeste file name, Orb, is at $25. Doggo is nothing. Fwahaha, which does have an Easter egg, is at $55.85. Alex or Madeline. And Super Metroid, the ongoing incentive, Kill is currently at $674.06. Save is at $526.15. Of those two, If you had to put your money on one, which would you put on? Kill or save?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, kill, man.
Gotta kill the animals, save the frames. You heard it here, folks. Do you actually understand anything this guy says? Sure, I mean, well... mostly the rhyming doesn't help. Humans made the world hell, but Eden's pretty swell. I feel like this person just is scarred in their childhood by dad jokes. Poetry slam! Heavens for the best. Screw all the rest. Is this 90s poetry cafe? Because that's what it feels like. That's where this person came from.
Poetry slam!
Just, all of a sudden, you just hear. That's how you do it. You gotta do all the clickies. Hey, look, a butterfly! Oh, the butterfly's gone.
You got it, Knuckles.
Do you know the way? Do you know the way?
Do you know the way, Buddha?
I actually ventured to Uganda Knuckles Isles once because I've been in VR chat. It was a scary place. I don't want to go back. I think I'd rather eat White Castle right now than go back to that world in VR chat.
You do not know the way, Buddha.
You do not know the way.
Agree. Yeah, I'd rather not level up right there.
Oh no.
Leveling up is always better to level up in boss fights. Gotta pick up the milk.
Look at all that money you're leaving on the ground.
Money time for it in a speed run.
Jeez, you could be donating that to a charity.
You could, but you know, really, the true treasure were the friends we made along the way. I like how this game just really does not care about wall spikes and just lets you jump off of them.
I know. But like,
whereas some people, and in some games, think that spikes are an essential part of good level design, and that there should be at least twice as many as there are blocks you can actually stand on. Do you know anybody like that, Wolfman?
Guy that made the AVGN game.
I was thinking, Matt, do you know anybody like that?
Nope, not at all. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, no, honestly though, all those levels were actually really good. Just they were a bit outside of my my 15-minute completion skill range. To be fair, I did give you guys pretty horrible guidelines because I didn't know how to explain it myself. Wolf?
I'm trying
That's a hole.
to hurt the safe range.
That's a hole, Wolf. You don't want to fall in the endless pits. Now, rings of
There might be
fire,
a kick out
maybe.
there.
But definitely not endless pits. Alright, give me your best Johnny Cash, Wolfman, right now. Ring of fire, I want to hear it.
I fell into a burning wheel of fire. Went down, 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 and the flames went up higher. And burned, burned, burned. The ring of fire.
I'm gonna... Good job. Much better than I could have. I'm giving you props for that one. You really knocked that one out of the ring.
What can I say? I got a deep voice.
Wait, so GunVolt stole from these people too?
Well, earlier in the game, I skipped the cutscene, but the butterfly girl was a lot bigger, and they stole the shards from her. Or, I'm sorry, they used the mirror on her, and they took the mirror shards from her.
So, assault, battery, theft, stalking. Is there any other crimes I'm missing that GunVolt has committed? Breaking and entering? Murder? Depends, I mean, if you count killing robots as murder or not.
Robots have no souls.
There you go, you heard it here first, them and gingers. Oh boy. Hopefully Andrea's sister isn't watching. See, this lady is saying that GunVolt is a devil bringing pain with no regard for order. She's trying to save the world. Again, I think we might be the villain.
I can't wait to get the ability when I level up to a certain level. It's like one of the best abilities that you can get.
Winsome nymphs like your muse have misled others for ages. All right, so how's your pace going? How you feeling about your run so far? We're about an hour and a half in.
I'm assuming we're gonna be done with GunVolt at an hour 50, I would say.
Nice.
So that'll give us 40 minutes to do the last 2 levels again.
You got it.
At least I hope so. It'd be nice to have 40 minutes to do the last 2 levels again.
There's something really wrong about this place. We don't have cameras installed in the restrooms.
Hey, that's a good thing, though, right?
I mean, not as far as GunVolt's concerned.
Who cares about piracy?
Puzzle? I only know one puzzle I want to deal with, and he plays games.
Man, I missed. I just kept missing that shot. More doors.
Yeah, but you don't have the one ring.
One ring to rule them all.
And in the darkness behind them definitely sounds like something that GunVolt would say.
Poor J-Pop.
Yeah, he's just breaking in. It's like, I don't want to fight you, but I'm going to break into your homes and crush through all of your doors and break your security systems. And, you know, if you happen to be there, I'm going to shoot you as well. We're really painting GunVolt out to be the bad guy. We're changing the lore.
think this is the longest I ever had the J-pop playing in a run, and it's gone.
Oh.
And it's gone.
What I like, maybe I'm probably not alone, but I love piano-centric anime intros and closings. In particular, one of my favorite. Let's see. List your top 3 most iconic piano-centric anime openings.
Trying to think of anime openings that have piano. One anime that I did love that had like a lot of piano in it was fucking Your Lie in April.
I have not seen that one.
Oh,
My personal favorite, Angel Beats.
Oh yeah, Angel Beats was amazing.
Oh boy, that anime was so good and so devastating at the end. Like, I did not see that coming. Matt?
Yes.
Angel Beats?
Oh yeah, that was a good anime.
Absolutely A+ tier. That's what we need to do. What we need to do is we need to, for DPX 2021, we have like an anime watch party off stream, but in person, like the day before.
Anime Fridays.
Exactly. Wolf, you can fly out. You're invited.
Flying out to Michigan every other weekend.
Together, Galacron form an unbeatable pairing. Me and Jeevy are. She really wants GunVolt, doesn't she?
Too bad she can't have them.
Yep.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. She can have them. She's already inside him.
He has her. He's gonna flame sear flesh. That's a real creepy way of putting that. Once again, there's a lot of Buffalo Bill vibes or Jeffrey Dahmer vibes going on here.
I use size 15.
It's with an O. Jeffrey Dahmer with an O. Yeah, for those of you who don't get that, that's a The Ringer reference, which is a fantastic movie where Johnny Knoxville rigs the Special Olympics to make money. It's a lot better than it sounds.
You looked at my CD and clear deadline and you scratched it.
Scratched! Or my favorite quote, when the fuck did we get ice cream?
One of my favorite parts in the movie was at the very end when he gets the band to play for him, and he's still bitching about the CD.
He is! You scratched my CD, you know. In broad daylight. It took Pamela longer to catch on. But I do have a serious question for you, Just Wolfman.
What's up?
Should I wear my shirt up or down?
Turn it off.
Or up or down? Or possibly tucked in?
Gotta go no sir strapped out.
There you go.
Real heroes don't wear pants.
That's true. They wear spandex. Your guy really likes posing.
Well, he's GunVolt. He has to show off.
Yeah. Skill finish plus 1,000. Level up.
And we only got 3 more levels to go.
Bum bum bum. So it seems like your crew. I mean, I don't know how long the last 3 levels take, but it seems like you're cruising along.
This one's gonna take 7 minutes.
Because your estimate was 2:30, and you're sitting at 1:35 right now.
I think this is gonna take 7 minutes. And then we have to do the last level again with both characters, plus the final boss fight. So we should have probably half an hour to go.
So you could, in theory, come in 25 minutes under estimate. That is impressive.
All depends on how quick I can do these boss fights. And I can realistically take as much damage as I want in this boss fight, actually. And I keep missing my skill there. I missed the skill like 3 times, I think, in this boss fight.
Don't miss it a 4th time. 3 times is okay. But I'll have to disown you if you miss it a 4th time.
Okay, he's dead. And then he kills us. And there's no way to avoid this attack. That I know of. Believe me, I tried to avoid this attack too.
Oh, bye. Bum.
The only time you see the resurrection in the entire game. But it's a scripted resurrection, so...
It is. And now he's gone Super Saiyan. At least that's what it looks like.
Which makes all these boss fights a lot easier.
You didn't scream though. I need to hear your Super Saiyan power up sound. There we go. But you didn't. But no, you forgot. You have to like do that for like 6 days straight or something like that. You gotta power, and then you gotta miss your shot when you're done. Oh, we're back to the freaking Iron Maiden lady again.
Yep.
Do you think she writes Harry Potter crossed with Twilight fanfiction? There's this really great fanfiction out there called My Immortal. I don't know if you've heard of it.
What is it, Twilight?
One of my friends does the best dramatic reading of it ever, but it is literally, it's famous for being one of the worst fan fictions ever made.
As bad as
That's what the incentive should have been. That I don't know if he'd agree to it. I hope he's watching. James, if you're watching, can we put a donation incentive for you to do a live reading of some of My Immortal? Because that would be amazing. Gosh. I'm sorry, Richard and Large. I know you're a total golf.
Oh, thank God. I got the Lux Caliber skill. That'll make some fights very easy.
Somehow I don't think my friend's gonna let me set that as a donation incentive. But I'm not even kidding. Like, all jokes aside, as bad as that fan fiction is, the way he reads it, the intonations he does, everything. It's so humorous. It's some of the most I've ever laughed in my life. Richard Enlarge says his new name is Vampire Enlarge. So he identifies with Harry Potter, I believe, based on the lore established in that artwork that is My Immortal. Tessio 2.0 runs on much better hardware. Obviously not.
It seems like the same hardware.
Maybe he needed a software upgrade.
Wow, I thought he was gonna die there. I missed him by one hit.
Oh!
Just a sliver of health left.
Boom!
Yeah, but the resurrection completely breaks the game. As you can tell. Unlimited energy, you can dash jump, air jump, you can do everything.
Background music's pretty good.
Yeah, I love the resurrection song.
Your innocence pollute. See, it's all about pollution. This is just the sea fighting back. This is what happens when robots become self-aware, because we tell them that they need to. We're gonna like create a robot. Elon Musk is gonna make an AI, a perfect AI, and that's how Skynet's gonna form. And the task that Elon Musk is going to set this robot to is to save the world from pollution, like get rid of all the pollution. And the robot's going to come to the determination that the only way to stop pollution is to destroy all humans. You heard it here at DPX2020 first, folks. That's how the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a robot created by Elon Musk to save the world from its own pollution.
Yeah, the skill is gonna, skill I finally acquired is gonna break the game completely. Because most skills don't let you damage past the next health bar, but you're gonna watch as I'm gonna be able to go past the health bar.
They let me craft the glaive and amplify all our powers. Obviously, they made a really bad decision in trusting that to you, because you're getting the stuffing knocked out of you. That's a very suggestive pose up there. And now you're upside down.
And under death. And we do the restart strat.
All right, how many stages do we have left now? 2, I think.
We got the final boss for GunVolt, and then we have to do Garden Free again with both characters. And
So 3.
We'll be facing GunVolt with Copen and Copen with GunVolt.
Hey, that looked like a scene out of Final Fantasy VI/3, depending on you know, which you believe it to be. I learned it as I learned of it as Final Fantasy 3. So Final Fantasy, I had never actually known about or anything even close to an RPG like that. My first experience with an RPG like that was Final Fantasy 7. And that was because my dad rented a PlayStation. Remember back when you could rent consoles? Rented a PlayStation 1 and Final Fantasy 7. I got to play it for like 2 days and it was amazing. Then I never got to play it because, I mean, it went back. But I happened to get, I don't remember when or from who, Final Fantasy 3. And absolutely, it wasn't quite as good as 7, but it really scratched that itch. But then I found probably one of my favorite RPGs of all time right alongside 7, Super Mario RPG, and boy did I spend countless hours playing that game.
Ooh. I'm so glad I got that hit in there. So close to death too. I was playing really pussy strats right there at the end.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to finish.
I just did not want to die there.
You just had to pull back a little bit, but you finished.
Just gotta pull out. Alright, I'm gonna go take a piss again.
Alright, we'll see you here back here shortly. Boom. Great music once again. Can we all just take a moment to appreciate this music? All right, now I'd like to take this moment just to remind you that DPX is raising money this year again for To Write Love on Our Arms. They're a non-profit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. They exist to encourage, inform, inspire, and also to invest directly into treatment and recovery. This year, it is more important than ever to be aware of mental health issues and to provide support to your loved ones. And for those who need support, To Write Love on Your Arms provides resources to make sure that everybody gets the help they need. Every dollar helps, especially in these trying times. I know it's difficult. I've been extremely impressed with just how giving our community has been and just how much you guys have blown me away. And I know that every dollar that they get from us is going to be used and used well to support those in the most dire need in these trying times. So thank you guys so much. Zonda is your sister? Not by blood, which is important in anime.
They're not blood related, so they can have sex with each other.
Exactly. Isn't that the plot of Sword Art Online? So, all of these robots really hate humanity, and it all seems to be for relatively legitimate reasons. Like, if aliens
they're not robots.
What are they?
They're actually humans.
But they want to destroy all humans. Are they? I must have.
They're basically what GunVolt is. GunVolt's like basically like not technically a human, but they're what they're called abbots, like that. But basically they have like superhuman powers.
Well, I mean, if aliens invaded your planet and if aliens invaded and they started like dumping chemicals into the ocean and destroying all the habitats and, you know, started like mass wars across the entire world, we'd probably want to get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
That feels kind of like what these special power people are doing.
Get rid of all the humans. It's kind of what they did in Luminous Avenger, because there was only like a couple humans left in that game.
They did.
I kind of wish they.
This is my favorite character.
On a different level, so that this final level wasn't as long.
This is actually my favorite character in the whole game right here. This green-haired guy. He makes me laugh every time. He is the prototypical anime like that guy in the anime who just is obsessed with girls and women, but just has absolutely no clue how to think, act, talk, anything concerning women. Which reminds me, I gotta get your opinion. One of my favorite animes of all time. Wish there had been more than one season. Where do you fall on Air Gear?
I never seen it.
What? What?
And the funny thing is, I watched like over like 500
What?
something anime.
Okay, well, you gotta promise me something.
But Air Gear.
You gotta watch Air Gear. You gotta watch it. It's absolutely amazing, and not because it's not a risque anime in any sense. It's just amazing. I don't even know. You gotta watch it. Matt, have you seen it? I don't know if Matt's here still. No, Matt's not here.
Hey, Matt.
I have not.
Wait, Matt, you haven't seen Air Gear? Have you heard of it?
Nope. Nope.
What? Matt, go watch it.
I heard of it.
It's amazing, Matt. How has so few people seen? I thought Air Gear was like big. I guess it's not as big as I thought it was. This lady wants your bad touch.
He wants my lighting.
She does. But yeah, Matt, look that anime up. It's absolutely incredible. Love, pain, passion, heartbreak. Give me all of it. How was that for narration?
And again. Okay, I did level up.
You did?
I don't remember leveling up, but I have full health again, so.
It happened right at the end of the boss fight.
There's a glitch in the Matrix.
Oh well. Life is bubbles on the tide, yet I am not without comrades. Samuelson do. So long as they guard the sea in my stead, I am content. I am Aquaman. No, that's Jason Momoa. I'm sorry. Jason Momoa is now Aquaman forever. Just like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. There's just no going back. And Chris Hemsworth is Thor. That's just who they are now. So how would GunVolt sound?
What's that?
Give me your best GunVolt impression. Preppy boy with a trust fund. Your humanity will ever sacrifice nature on the altar of greed. And I'll sacrifice you as a mirror. Alright. I think that means we have 2 stages remaining?
We got 2 more boss fights on this level, and then we go against Copen twice.
I have no idea how any of this works.
We're almost done with GunVolt playing.
Yeah, I'm not a big a fan of GunVolt. He seems like kind of a dick.
Kinda is a dick.
Like, look how nice this poor lady looks, and you're just giving her a hard time.
Holy shit, I actually beat them before they did their special.
Good job.
The world wasn't flipped upside down.
But she turned your world upside down, didn't she?
And we do the restart strats again. I don't know, it's looking like we're on good pace.
It does.
If I can do this fight in 3 minutes, that gives me at least 10 minutes to fail at Copen.
So, if I'm reading the text, did this lady absorb the person that was inside of GunVolt?
Yeah, like, she took all the swords and basically fused with the person I was with in GunVolt. That's why she's like ultra powerful now.
You can tell by how crazy her hair is.
She's supposed to be powerful, but...
I've also noticed there's a lot of hair attacks in this game.
A lot of hair.
So it's getting a bit hairy in here.
You're a wizard, Harry.
If they have a hair, does that make you the tortoise? I still have a paper towel on my head. I literally have my headphones over the paper towel so that I don't get all the hair dye on it.
Before you sit back.
Bum, 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 bum. You can tell it's getting serious. The music's getting hard.
Yeah, basically you gotta not take much damage against this fight. Because it gets a lot harder in the second phase. Yeah. And we didn't level up, so that's not a good sign.
So who's the dead girl? She's now the possessed dead girl?
The girl in the middle is Copen's sister.
And they appear to be angry?
Yeah, they're angry at GunVolt for killing him. And I took a hit. Shit. Yeah, the attack that Copen is doing right now basically nullifies me.
It's got rainbow power, so you know it's strong.
Power.
RGB is the strongest power in the world. Just look at Micro Center.
Shit.
Okay, so whatever the name of this white-haired guy is, he's a simp. Lux Caliber!
Oh my god.
Upload Destroyer!
Her face.
Nice! You got the level up.
Did not want to go into that third phase. That third phase sucks. That third phase, he makes doppelgangers, and each one that hits you stun locks you, and he does an attack that does half of your health. So I would have died there.
Oh no.
Okay, we're done with GunVolt completely, and now we're going to Copen.
And we get the good... Wait, this is different. That was different music.
Yeah, it was a different ending. When you beat the game as both characters and you beat it again with both characters, it gives you a different ending song and different ending scene. Because the regular ending for both characters is Copen's sister just dying. But the ending that, you can get with both characters after beating the game with both characters is Copen's sister being alive and thinking GunVolt is some kind of angel. Even though he's like a devil.
The devil's in the details.
Yeah. Didn't get the one cycle on him. I don't even remember, but in Luminous Avenger, I can't remember if they actually put like a warning on for like, you know, sensitivity. Because that final boss fight of that game, the whole screen kind of like freaking flashes with different colors and shit. Oh, I'm so bad. Can't focus.
You can do it. I have faith in you.
You might notice the one thing that makes Copen a lot easier to play as is he doesn't take damage while he attacks.
That's true.
GunVolt, on the other hand, takes damage non-stop. Holy shit, we hit 3,000.
Wait. Oh, wow. Yeah, that donation just came in while I was doing setup for probably, possibly, maybe not Giggles. $236.62. All donated towards Add GoldenEye Mario Hack Day 3 for PGA Mexican. Which, let me look at that. Look at that target. What is that? What is that? Does that meet that? I think it does. Nope, it's just short. It's $1.69 short.
$1.69.
$1.69 short. That's getting met for sure. Thank you, Jay Giggs, for your immensely generous donation. Wow. $3,000.
We just doubled our initial goal.
Yeah, we did. And we've hit our new goal, and we need to set another goal.
4K?
Well, yeah, why not? Matt, you talk. Yeah.
I'm as stumped as you are. Do you want me to go do it, or are you already on it?
I already said that, but talk to the people. Say thank you. Say words. I'm gonna need to take a 5-second break here for a moment. Matt, take over.
I'll let PGA do this. He's the best at it.
All right, PGA, hype it up, buddy.
What? I just came in here. Why is it gonna be on me?
Because I honestly, I'm speed. I don't know what to say. One of those rare moments where I'm speechless.
Yeah, I just saw that come in. J Gigs is the effing man. From the donations to just being cool in the community, to filling in today on something that he definitely wasn't comfortable with. It was super entertaining. Thank you so much for that huge donation, which is on top of just a cumulative. The hitting 3,000, I did not expect. Like I said, I think when we talked about what we might be able to do, it was on the lower end of the spectrum because we just assumed, this year was just crazy. And from the get-go, from the first day, I mean, it's been amazing. You guys have been so generous, with your time and your money. Again, this money is going to a great cause. It's going to a cause near and dear to a lot of us in the world, really. We'll shout that out right now. Of course, it's going to Right Love in Our Arms. It's a nonprofit movement dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury, and suicide. It exists to encourage, inform, inspire, and also invest directly into treatment and recovery. So again, the $3,000 that you guys have freaking helped raise, that's going to directly to them. It's going through Tiltify, so we don't see it. It goes right into the charity, and they are going to pick where it's needed the most. So you guys are making a huge difference, again, for a cause that I think is near and dear to all of us. I don't think, we repeat the same thing over and over again. It's just astounding to me how amazing you guys have been, how amazing the from the runners, being able to do this. Obviously, there's no event without the runners, so, they're taking time out of their weekend, because I'd like to believe that they are believing in this cause as much as we are. They're putting their own communities out into our community. So they're kind of taking a chance on that, but, we like to think that the games that they choose and everything like that, the fact that they're donating their time, that's just as important as anything. So, thank you to the runners, but from the runners to everyone in our community, to everyone's communities, it just seems like whenever we switch games, everyone just seems to come together. Everyone's meshed well together. And like I said, that's just as important as everything else. Even the people that can't donate, they're donating their time. They're here. Hopefully they're spreading the word. Hopefully they're enjoying themselves and trying to be a part of the community. So long story short, community, you guys chat all day, yesterday, today, unreal. I guess we'll keep pushing the envelope. You guys keep doing it, and we're gonna keep doing it, and hopefully we can do it again next year. So
this is like last year too. Like, we smashed our goal first day. I set something that I never thought we were gonna hit on the second day, and we hit it. And same with this. It just wow. I honestly, I wish I had better words for y'all. I wish I could do better. I just don't have anything. I
wish I had better words too. I just had a lot of them, so it's the same.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. It feels great. It feels like we're actually doing something.
Like we're making a difference in the world, and it's not even just us. Like, we're putting this on, but that's
what I'm saying. That's what I keep saying about the community.
All the people who've sat in chat. I mean, even if you don't have any money, and all you've done is just sit in chat and watch, you've pushed us higher up on Twitch in the how things. People can see us, and exactly. It's amazing. Jackia, actually, if you want to give the perfect donation, Jackia, $1.69 will get PGA Mexican to add GoldenEye Mario Hack tomorrow and extend the run even further into Monday.
Stop.
She loves those $1.69s.
Don't we all?
I mean, fair. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's amazing. Like, I didn't mean, when I mean we, I mean we. You know, we are making a difference. We're actually doing something, and you know, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're actually, I don't know, giving something back and not just being, you know, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, and I'm glad that we're able to do it. And you know, like I said, we thank the runners, of course, helping us with build the event so that we have enough content to go, these 3 days. Of course, the viewers, all the donos, but the people behind the scenes, especially you, Meta. This is your event. You started it. It's not run just by you, but you do a hell of a lot of the fucking work. So,
thanks, buddy.
Obviously, wouldn't have it without you. So huge thanks to you. I4 Matthew, always getting the merch up, always helping with comms,
website, hosting,
yeah, website. Not even when we're doing the event, he's always in contact.
Yep.
And then of course he's doing hosting duties, things like that. He's got his own run, so a huge part of the community, but a huge part of the back scene. So a big thanks to him. Andrea, of course, not only for putting up with Meta, mainly that. But also taking a couple of her own shifts and stuff like that because she knows how much.
And my friends Brandon and James who are here. James did his first ever run. His scooter OP. He dyed his hair rainbow. He's going to be taking some shifts tomorrow as a tech guy to pair up with Matt. And Brandon has the unenviable job of taking care of Aria all day, and she has to go outside every hour on the hour because she's a puppy, and she is 17 times as much energy as a chihuahua on cocaine.
Nice.
So great things to them as well, and to everybody. It's been incredible. You guys have far and away done so much more than I could have ever imagined, and we still have a whole nother day left.
That's the crazy part. That's what boggles my mind, is that we've done this and we're only 2 days in.
Just wow.
We're not even done today.
Yeah, we got another run after this.
Yeah, unreal.
And real quick, a donation from Jackia, $1.69, something NICE, donating to Add GoldenEye Mario Hack Day 3 at 9:40 p.m. PGA, you are officially running another game Sunday night into Monday morning.
Wait, no, it's not that late, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, Sunday night?
Yeah, because everything got moved back because other stuff got added from incentives, so that's actually going to start now at 12:25 a.m. Monday morning.
Jakia, yo, charge that back. No, come on.
So we'll get that added later, but this is now officially technically a 4-day event.
Man, I don't sleep as is.
That's why I took Monday off.
Oh, I guess that gives me a little more time to actually run it. I need to remember how to run it now.
All right, so back to Wolfman. How we doing?
Oh, we're done.
Oh, we're done. Oops. Well, thank you, Wolfman, so much for the run.
Yeah, I didn't need to come in and just be like, hey, we just took over the rest of what you were doing. That 3,000, I mean, coming in during your stuff, though, that 3,000 milestone is huge.
Wolf, we love you, buddy. Thank you for doing this.
I love you guys too.
Thank you. And watch Air Gear. All right, I'm going to flip out of this. Do you have any last words for the people, Wolf?
Thank you so much for donating to this great cause. Good luck to the rest of the runners.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Wolf. I will. I'll keep seeing you around. I want to see you more than once a year, bud. You're a great guy.
I'm always lurking around.
All right, I'm gonna keep an eye out for you, buddy. I'll have dad jokes on tap just for you. All right, so we'll be right back.
Here to pop the one with the cow.
I'll get 3 dad jokes with a cow. All right, we will be right back. We got probably 5 to 10 minutes to set up, and then we'll be back with a Super Metroid scavenger hunt race between PGA Mexican and Kishumo. And just a little piece here. Scavenger hunt races did not exist before last year. This is a brand new category, a brand new race type, a brand new everything that originated here in the Dog Pound, and I'm glad to be able to show it off as our final run of the day.